Hello, my name is Peter Osezwa. I'm also now known as Mr. Frugal. I will be discussing on this particular topic the future of the Dangote Refinery in Nigeria. I usually will not make a video like this, but I'm deeply concerned over what I have been seeing since the issue of this Dangote Refinery right there in Nigeria is popping up on social media and on every news, mainstream media right there in Nigeria. Some of you might not have seen it before, but to all of you who have been watching my campaign, I want to say thank you. I want to quickly dive into some of the incidents, the Dangote refinery and the Dangote coming out recently, talking about the challenges he's been facing, running his own refinery and the challenges he's facing with the Nigeria Oil or Petroleum Authority right there in Nigeria. And we have seen a lot of mainstream medians coming out to announce this incident as it unfolds. And we've also seen some of our brothers and sisters who are social activists coming out to, also say their own view regarding the future or the challenge the Dangote refinery is currently facing right there in Nigeria. Honestly, we may all have different view regarding this subject, but I think at this stage, I will basically be going straight to where some of the issues that are and what we need to do to actually not to condemn Aliko Dangote at this time, to look at possibilities of assisting him or by looking into some of these challenges that he's facing and how we can provide the best solution to some of these challenges that he's facing. We knew, of course, Dangote is that business entrepreneur who have established a very well successful business there in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole. And Dangote he's been so successful in business that he's now classified as one of the Africa richest man, on this earth. And I'm sure to start with that, we can actually celebrate that. And I'm also looking at his challenges. We know Aliko Dangote will not actually just come out and start voicing issues on the media stations, but to the fact that we can see that he's going to various media to air his view regarding the challenges that he's facing regarding this particular oil refinery. I think we should be more concerned that this is not just somebody coming to social media or any media station to talk about a particular thing anyhow, but this is something that Aliko Dangote, who we know today, is not fighting to eat or fighting to look for money to provide for his family, but is also looking at how he can be able to use his business to impact most communities in Nigeria. So, having said that, we've heard some of our social activists, somebody like the very dark man, coming out recently to talk about Aliko Dangote and the oil refinery there in Lagos. And we've also seen our dear brother SeunAnikulapo-Kuti, who has also voiced his concern regarding the Aliko Dangote oil refinery and all that. Honestly, to be honest, we may all have our different view when it comes to this particular subject. But I think at this stage, coming to condemn Aliko Dangote at this stage will be so senseless. Let me use that word. But let me tell you this. I am not actually here to argue or to use a language which I think may offend someone else. But I'm here so that we can identify some of the area where the challenges them are and look for more better way to address it. Okay? Now, we are seeing Aliko Dangote coming out to voice out the challenges that he's facing. He cannot get crude oil to refine. Federal government not be upheld to the agreements which they have initially signed for them to invest 20% stake in the Dangote Oil Refinery. Okay? We have also seen other local challenges these companies be facing, not being able to solve crude oil locally. So, which we think this is the major problem the refinery is currently having. Okay. Now, if this man is coming out today to let us know this is the challenge he's facing, he's saying the company is struggling, and there are lots of barriers that needs to be broken. I am sure to every youth of Nigerian, we should take a very critical look at what is happening now. Because we knew Dangote. Dangote is a man that is very, very well successful, that never gives up when it comes to industry, when it comes to company. But at this stage, Dangote is crying. He's crying out loud. And we have also seen the economic benefits of the Dangote refinery if allowed to function the way it's supposed to. Okay? Now, we have the oil refinery there in the Port Harcourt, in Warri, in Kaduna. But the question is, are these refineries that is being controlled by the federal government working today? I am sure most of you will answer that question, no. And if these refineries have not worked, and the Dangote refinery is like a hope for every young Nigerians out there who have the prospect of building similar one in the future, and who has also, in one way or the other, benefiting through this oil refinery. Because the Dangote refinery today is a hope to every Nigerian, because we are suffering. We are suffering that we produce oil, but the price of that oil that we produce is extremely too high. I am sure a liter of oil today should be between the range of 650 to 680 naira per liter. This is a lot of money. But we got this oil. And why is it that the price of this oil is so absurd? Is due to the fact that every crude oil produced in Nigeria is taken abroad to be refined and then exported back to Nigeria. And the cost of doing this is extremely too much. And which is why when every Nigeria heard about the Dangote refinery, people were very, very hopeful that yes, at last, the government will be able to mitigate some prices, to be able to put the price of petroleum down in Nigeria. But that's not what we are seeing today. Because it seems that the network or the cabals who has not allowed the federal government refineries to work, because the whole process fetched them money, they are still the one who are frustrating Dangote today, to which Dangote is crying out. So Dangote is crying, telling you, look at, it's not me, okay, it's them. So instead of we to have a critical look at the challenge Dangote is facing, we are condemning Dangote. Because we hear this news that, oh, Dangote is monopolizing all the products that he sell in the market, is dominating the market, he will allow other people to penetrate. Actually, we have also seen Dangote himself who came out to say, no, I'm not monopolizing this market. So these products are already there in the market. I'm just making my own. Actually, that is the truth. Because I am sure for every ingredient or materials that is required to produce the cement, for instance, it's actually there in Nigeria. So you can get it from any source without having to go and take a mandate from one Dangote or any other person like that. You see? So I think that is the truth. And in as much as in a community like Nigeria that is very, very challenging, and considering the economic environment, that Dangote, as a CEO of the Dangote company, has been able to prove that yes, he can. And he's been able to produce something that every Nigerians that they were enjoying today. And Dangote, do not forget, has employed millions of Nigerians. So I think we should celebrate that. You see? Now, some of us who are coming today to condemn Dangote, the question I want to ask you now, have you established a firm? And how many workers are under your firm right now? And how much are you paying them? What are you spending for your logistics? Now, when you're able to answer this question, yeah, then you will now understand what it able takes to run a firm. So instead of you condemning Dangote, I am sure when you understand it properly, you will be celebrating this man. You'll be celebrating that we have somebody like Aliko Dangote, who happens to be one of the strongest entrepreneurs that Nigeria has ever produced. You see that? Because unless you have this experience on how business functions, because some of us talking now, we don't even have anything. We don't have businesses. We have not run businesses before. We don't have people working for us. Okay? Some of those people working for us, we can't even manage them. You see? So this is what we are saying here. Now, the oil refinery we are talking, which is only situated in Lagos, yeah, you will understand already. Millions of Nigerians are already employed in this refinery. And we are talking about there's no job in Nigeria. And what about this refinery folding down? So these millions of Nigerians who are benefiting through this refinery, they will lose their job. They go back home. That is what it means. So this is why the issue of the refinery, the oil refinery in Nigeria, should not just be taken merely like that. It's a very, very serious issue. It's a very complex issue. We know what this guy, the Dangote group, we know what they are fighting. We know the challenge. The challenge are the cabals who refuse to allow these local refineries to work in Nigeria for decades. And because if this oil is imported, if this crude oil is imported, they have their own percentage. And when it's also being exported, they also have their own percentage. And because of that, they don't want that to be cut. What is surprising is that I think there's a video I saw. I saw a video by this man. I am not actually a fan of this man. Please, I'm not a fan of this man. But when I look at what this guy said recently regarding the challenge the local refineries they are facing in Nigeria, honestly, I was so touched by it, because I don't need to be your fan to believe your view. I think that's what stands. So please just watch this video. Watch this video now.
With all the fanfare in celebrating Dangote Refinery, for example, that for once we now have a Nigerian who has initiated and built one of the world's biggest refinery. Nigeria crude oil is being exported. They deny to allocate it to Dangote, and they are exporting it to Europe. And then Dangote is importing crude from America into Nigeria. Those guys deserve to be hanged. If we don't hang them, they will hang all of us.
Now, this is Adams Oshomole, the former governor of Edo State, and who is now a senator in the House of Representatives in Nigeria, voicing out if this allegation is true. The question is Nigeria dreaming? How come that a crude oil exploited or produced in your own country will not be allowed to be sold to the local refineries right there in your country? And that crude oil is taken away from your country. You have to go and buy that crude oil in America or other countries in Europe to be refined here in Nigeria. So this means that Nigeria do not even have a control over his own resources. That's what we are seeing there. We are seeing foreign authorities who are fully in control of Nigeria resources, and they determine where Nigeria resources go. I am sure Nigeria youth, all these activities we are seeing everywhere. We hear recently people are saying, oh, let's go protest. Say, listen, these are vital issues you should be raising today. These are questions you should be raising today. These are challenges that are facing Nigerians today, that we are where we are. Because you can see already, Nigeria or Nigerians, they are not in control of their resources. So the future of Nigeria resources is being determined by a foreign authority. Do you hear what Ashomole is saying? That a crude oil will not be a crude oil produced or exploited in Nigeria will not be taken to America, and from there we buy it to refine. So you can already see the challenges of that. And why were we happy when it comes to local industry? So that the price of production is reduced to the nearest minimum. So that every average Nigerian, every common man can afford that product. But with the strategy, the cabals and the foreign authorities they have employed in Nigeria, as you can see, there is no way this price will come down in such a way that average Nigerians will be able to afford crude oil in their own country, out of which they are the producer of this oil. So this is like going to Saudi Arabia, yeah, taking control of their oil, yeah, then frustrating their effort to have their own local refinery, and taking their oil to abroad, refine it and start selling to them. Now you understand the reason why I told you it's not just coming to social media to argue or condemn somebody, but it's also for we to have a critical look of the situation of now. What does the Dangote Refinery collapsing? What will it mean to me and you? What will it mean? The future of the Dangote Refinery, what will it mean to the Nigerian people? What will it mean to the African people? So this is what we're talking about here. Okay? So I'll need you to understand that. That's the question I'll leave you to answer. What will the future of the Dangote Refinery winding up means to the Nigerian people, to the African people? Because the hope we have currently is that we have people like Dangote who has been able to take a bold step to take Nigeria to the next level industrially. But it's not for us to condemn. Of course, nobody's perfect. There might be some areas where this guy is not really good, but you cannot, considering the economic impact that just only this refinery, we meet to Nigeria as a community. We meet to Nigeria youth. So I am sure you now understand the reason why we should all work together to ensure this work. Honestly. Once again, my name is Mr. Frugal. I have been here. Some of you who have seen me, I've been here. I've been on social media for quite a long time. I usually don't have time to produce a video like this, except maybe when the issue is so critical. But if you're following my page, do not forget to subscribe and have a look at other videos that I have in here. There are a series of videos that I've released regarding leadership. And I have also helped to fund organizations who are currently making impact across Nigeria. Of course, today we are at over 14 states in Nigeria, including the Federal Capital Territory, and we are determined to continue to support Nigeria community through skill, charity initiative, and talent development. Okay, so if you're seeing me the first time, please do not forget to visit our website, as you can see on the screen, where you'll be able to get the vital information. Now, these issues of the Nigerians not being able to get access to their own crude oil to refine right there in Nigeria is a big slap to the Nigerian people and to the Nigerian authority, considering the size of the Nigeria economy and considering the size of the population of Nigeria, whereby we can see, even at this century, that our own resources, we will not be allowed to get full access to it. Yeah, these resources is not taken abroad. From abroad, we cannot go and buy from them to be refined locally. It's a very, very big slap. Now, how do we solve this problem? I want to use this medium to appeal to the current president of Nigeria, Chief Ahmed Tinubu. Honestly, you are a good person. Honestly, I knew if you want to be good, you're good. So one of the things that is going to save these refineries that we are talking about today, I think, is you. I know if you put the necessary legislations in place, somehow the Dangote refinery will be able to function as it should be. And the first thing will be, how do you ensure that the crude oil be exploited or be produced right there in Nigeria is being accessible to local refineries so that they'll be able to produce at a cheaper cost or at a cheaper rate? And how do you also please support the Dangote refinery. Because the Dangote refinery, it doesn't actually belong to the Dangotes, as you can see. So the federal government have a stake in it. You have individual Nigerians who have a stake in it, and we also have even foreign individuals who have a stake in this refinery. And overall, you have millions of these populations who are benefiting to this refinery every day. Now, if we allow this refinery to wind up, you can understand what that would mean. That millions of Nigerians will lose their job, and in the midst of this economic crisis, as everybody is agitated today, I believe, Mr. President, you have the power to be able to rectify to solve the problem that is on ground today when it comes to the issue of the Dangote refinery. Thank you very much, because I believe so much. I believe in you so much that you can do it. Okay, please, Mr. President, see what you can do. Yes, I want to use this moment to appeal to Aliko Dangote. Dangote, honestly, you are just one of those people that I've heard about, even while I was growing up right there in Nigeria. My father used to say a lot about you and how successful you are in business. And we used to have a lot of your motto, like trailers coming to pass through our doorstep back in those days. And I'm sure those trailers, they walk around between 2 a.m., 4 a.m. So while we have, my grandmother used to be parable that all these trailers you see moving up and down, they are going to look for money. So this can tell how determined you are to be able to work your way up to become a successful businessman in Nigeria. And we're also proud of you as one of the richest men in Africa. I want to say thank you. And one of the things I want to advise you is that if you can please stay a little bit quiet when it comes to politics, because you have always been like that. That when issue of political, came up, you don't actually want to directly involve yourself like that. But we have a lot of regulations that somehow you are associated with some baby politicians and all that. But I don't think a successful businessman can actually run a business without having to involve everybody living in the community. I am sure you are just one of those people. But somehow we could see some of the challenges you are facing now as a result of some political influence, which somehow is actually, weighing some of your strength down for you to be able to run this refinery, as it should be. But you can see the future of this refinery is not only is named after you. The future of this refinery lies in the hands of Nigerians who either want to benefit through this refinery or who want to benefit economically through this refinery or through this business, or who want to, get a creative name through this. So you can understand what that means. So which means somehow, if this company failed, we all failed as a country. Because in the history of Nigeria, this is a refinery where we are supposed to prove everyone wrong. That if you think it's not possible, that it's possible right here. We can make it possible individually. And that is what you have proven. So please, I will encourage you to please stay off politics and try and see if there's any way, in a very quiet way, work with other stakeholders to ensure that some of these problems that you are facing today regarding this refinery, is being able to resolve. Because we want to see this refinery work, to be honest. I want to appeal to all Nigerian youth, all Nigeria parents, and all Nigeria old mother, father. Honestly, understand this. Yeah, the Dangote refinery is a proven testament that if somebody tell you no one can do it, you always have this belief, yes, someone can. If somebody tell you that, oh, Nigeria cannot do this, but have the belief that we can, and that is what the Dangote refinery has proven, and we should celebrate that. And we should not condemn the Dangote refinery. We should do everything possible to make it work, because this is our future. This is the future of our youth. Because we believe there are thousands of our youth tomorrow who want to seize the opportunity and the record the Dangote has broken in Nigeria to become like Dangote of tomorrow and to do more than the Dangote is doing today. To be able to provide economic atmosphere, economic benefits to the Nigerian people. Now you understand what I'm saying. Once again, thank you very much for watching my video. That's Mr. Frugal. If you're watching me the first time, please do not forget there are lots of other videos on this channel who shows how we are basically be doing lots of humanitarian activities, supporting communities, and also empowering youth in our community. Once again, thank you very much, and bye for now.
This is Africa Social Intellect, your premier destination for thought-provoking discussions and insightful perspectives on the vibrant and diverse African community and beyond. Our dedication extends beyond conversations. In recognizing the importance of security, we provide essential information to help safeguard vulnerable nations. From navigating local challenges to assisting these vulnerable nations against imperialistic threats, we stand as a beacon of awareness and resilience. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share our news. If you're watching on Facebook or another platform, follow us and share this reliable news source. We hope you enjoy the news, and thank you for watching, and see you next time.